What up, world? Welcome to an episode of the BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am Brandon Janeau, and like always on all podcast platforms everywhere. Brandon Janeau Show. Social media platforms: Instagram, Threads, Brandon Janeau, Facebook, The Brandon Janeau Show, and of course, TikTok, Brandon Janeau, Brandon Janeau Show. Go follow me on all those social media platforms. I'm not good at this. I gotta start learning how to do all these things. But you go there and follow me on all those social media platforms. Shout out to everybody that's been on TikTok, liking all of my comments. Appreciate you. Yeah. Um. Where you can really go though is my YouTube channel, Brandon Janeau Show. Yes, Brandon Janeau Show YouTube channel. Subscribe, comment. I do comment back. Like the vids, like the shorts. Yeah. I'm at 200 subscribers, so over 200 subscribers. Hopefully by the end of this year, I get close to 300. Hopefully. Um. So let's get into it. Hopefully this episode helps because tonight it is time to go back to the old faithful, the debate. Oh yeah. Last debate I did, I think it was, DMX and Nas. I think I did. Yeah. This one tonight is kind of centered around this generation, right? This era of hip hop. On one side, you have a man that has been holding down the Atlanta culture for a long time in the game, over a decade. This man's been in the game, killing it. You know him as Pluto, Future Hendrix, the one and only Future. And on the other side of the ring, on the other side, he is an H-Town legend. He is one of one of the most vibe artists we have in modern history. This generation, when you look back at this generation, he will definitely be considered one of those guys that definitely catapulted the hip hop landscape into another atmosphere. He is Cactus Jack. Slapped the shit out of Cody Rhodes at fucking slapped the shit out of Cody Rhodes at the Elimination Chamber. The one and only Travis Scott. That is the debate. It is artist versus artist. It is Future versus Travis Scott. It's only right that they have this battle. It's only right. You know how did I do this? It is artist versus artist, so you know how I do this. Six categories. Not like my wrestling one where I have just five, 4 or 5 categories. This is 6. Um, Various categories. The first category is, of course, debut single or the first song I heard from them. The second category is debut albums. Third category um, is highest streamed song by them. If it's like a song that they're actually featured on, then I go off of the song that is their song, and then that is the highest stream. Then it's my favorite song, is my favorite album, then my favorite song, which is category 5, and then of course the last but not least is a special one. So let's get into it. Travis Scott versus Future, the debate. First single that I've heard from both men. First Future. First single I heard from Future was Tony Montana. Yep, Tony Montana featuring Drake was the first song I ever heard from Future. Now this song got massive play out the gate when it first came out. It was big as shit. People was talking about this dude Future, and it's just again, people want to act like this was never a thing, but the Drake effect was very massive, even back in 2011. This man, them two teaming up, even then, he had a pulse on the game. He understood what was coming. And it's kind of funny to hear that it wasn't actually, it's kind of crazy to hear that The Weeknd actually introduced Drake to Future's music when they were working on Take Care. And The Weeknd was actually bumping Molly World, the first Molly World mixtape from Future. and he heard it and thought it was dope, and that's how they ended up getting in contact and actually working together. So to see Tony, so to see Future and Drake to give Future his first song, get on his first song ever off of his album Pluto was massive. It was a massive look out the gate for Future, and this song was big, man. It got a lot of play early, a lot of play late. It was a massive single for Future. It was his first real big song ever dropped, and it solidified him. It solidified him, put him on the map. If you didn't already listen to his mixtapes before then that song was the first song you heard Future, and it was a game changer out the gate. For Travis Scott, it's Antidote. If Tony Montana started the Future, you know, vibe, you know what I mean, like that Future energy, the Antidote solidified Travis Scott to another stratosphere. That was the first real big single for Travis Scott. It came out and it's just was every fucking where. You knew this dude was gonna be a problem. You knew he was gonna be something special moving forward. And the video, the song, I remember him doing this at the BET Hip Hop Awards in 2014, 2015. He killed that performance. Bo was in like a monster truck on stage. Yeah, she was crazy, man. Uh, Antidote was solidified Travis Scott as one of the new players in the game. Uh, and he definitely, you know, he definitely went to the top after this. Of course, his album Rodeo comes out, and then it just really just takes off. But Antidote was as massive as Tony Montana, and some people could even say probably bigger than Tony Montana. So who wins? Who wins? Go with Tony Montana. Go with Tony Montana. Uh, I thought Antidote. Antidote was a dope ass fucking song, but I think Tony Montana really solidified Future. Then it hit a story of how he came up with Tony Montana, and he was on drugs trying to talk. Yeah, that's crazy. That's fucking nuts. Round two, debut album for Future. It was Pluto. Pluto 3D is on streaming services right now, but it's really Pluto. Um, and for Travis Scott, it's Rodeo. Um, on Pluto 3D, you had singles like uh, Long Live Pimp, Straight Up, Turn On the Lights, Same Damn Time, Magic, Never End. Yeah, Tony Montana. You had Homicide with him and Snoop Dogg. Yeah. What else you had on that? Astronaut Chick. Yeah, that first album by Future might be his best album that he's ever done. I know some people like it's Dirty Sprite 2. Is this? That might be his best album. Because when you actually look at it and think about it, that bitch was solidified. That is a hard ass. When you look, like when you go back now and listen to that album, it's like nah, nigga, he had fucking hits on this bitch. You kidding me, bro? For Travis Scott, Rodeo. On Rodeo, you had Antidote, Pray for Love, 90210. You had This Side with him and Quavo. You had the song with him, Thug, and Justin Bieber. Forgot the name of that shit. Mariana Drink or something. Yeah, Mariana Drink or something like that. Uh, Pornographic. You had some hits on that bitch, bro. Like, don't get it twisted now. Rodeo was no slouch in the fucking album department either, my nigga. Don't get it twisted now, nigga. 300, 3000, 3005, uh, with him, Future, and Two Chains. 3500 for the coat on the real niggas with it. Yeah, yeah. Rodeo was no slouch either, nigga. Don't get it twisted, nigga. Don't get it twisted, nigga. As much of an impact Rodeo antidote was for Travis Scott, Rodeo album, I didn't really get into it until later on in the Travis Scott fandom for me. But when Pluto came out, my brother was bumping it hard. So I got a different respect and love for Pluto looking back at it now. And then, of course, like I said, the singles off that bitch, you don't really think about them, but that album really solidified Future at that time. And that is why I'm going with it. Third category, their highest chart topping single on music platforms. Now for Future, of course, it's like that. Featuring Metro Boomin and Kendrick Lamar. For Travis Scott, it's Goosebumps featuring Kendrick Lamar. Like That is a hard ass motherfucking song. That beat, if you grew up like I did, Lil Wayne, Hard Body, yeah, that beat, that song, fucking fire. But people don't talk about Future's verse on that song. They don't. People don't talk about Future's verse on that song. Like, Future's verse actually is dope as fuck. He actually rapped his ass off on that bitch. But what everybody talks about, Kendrick. That's all people talk about, Kendrick. At least on Goosebumps, you give Travis Scott his respect. And like I've said, Goosebumps verse by Kendrick is not the best. It's okay if it's the song, but Travis Scott could have done without him on that song, and you still would be bumping that fucking song. Like That is literally centered around Kendrick. That's it. So that's why I'm going with Goosebumps by Travis Scott. Like I said, fire verse for Future, but nobody talks about it because everybody knows what they really talk about from that song, and that's fucked up. Because Future actually did rap good on that song. It was actually he actually had a dope verse. So yeah, next one, my favorite albums by them. Now for Travis Scott, it's Birds in the Trap saying McKnight, and for Future, it's Pluto 3D. I've said this numerous times. Now I fuck with Dirty Sprite 2. I fuck with Dirty Sprite 2. Yeah, I fuck with Future albums, but I don't think anything tops Pluto 3D, really, to be honest with you. I think Dirty Sprite 2 gets so much hype because of where Future was at in his career at that time. He was killing shit. And that was like the height of Future. But I think Pluto 3D is actually a better body of work if you actually listen to those albums. Pluto 3D actually flows way better than Dirty Sprite 2. That's just me. Um, but Birds in the Trap saying McKnight by Travis Scott is my favorite Travis Scott album. Over Astro World, over Rodeo, over the new shit he just dropped, Utopia. Utopia is the worst album that he's put out. I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. I don't like Utopia for shit. It's more predicated off of the production than it is actually his lyrical ability or even his words or even the vibe. It's more of a production type album and it's not really that great, but it is what it is. Birds in the Trap saying McKnight, I think really catapulted him. Birds in the Trap saying McKnight really catapulted him. Goosebumps was on that album. First Take with him and Bryson Tiller. Outside with him and 21 Savage, bro. That was the first time I really heard Savage. Like I really heard 21 Savage. That nigga killed Outside. I'm like, yo, this nigga fucking killed that, bro. Wonderful with him and The Weeknd. You had shit. What's that fucking song? The End. You had fuck. He had a song on that bitch. He got some bangers on that fucking album, bro. Like that album is fucking fire, bro. Version of Trust Name Night might be one of my favorite. It is my favorite Travis Scott album. That shit is. You could play that shit from front to back and love every fucking song. That fucking album is fucking dope. That's a dope ass. Trap. B was in a trap. Oh man, with him and Nav. Man, that whole hard, bro. That whole hard, bro. That whole album fucking hard, bro. I don't give a fuck what you say. That album hard, nigga. Yeah, that bitch a banger, nigga. That bitch a certified banger, bro. And then, like I said, Pluto 3D, man. Like you guys, like I said, same damn time. You had Homicide, you had Magic, you had Straight Up, you had Astronaut Chick, you had Turn On the Lights, bro. This fucking album, man, never end. Like, bro, this fucking album was fucking fire, bro. Long Live the Pimp, like, come on, bro. Trade the Truth, like, man, that album was fucking fire, bro. Like, damn, nigga, you had Tony Montana, like, bro, you had so many songs off that project that really solidified Future's reign at that time. Like, yeah, what song I'm gonna? Birds in the Trap, Sing My Night, man. I gotta give it to Travis on that one. Travis album, that bitch was, that made me a Travis fan. That album really made me a Travis fan. Like, I was like, nah, this motherfucker got something. He ain't just some flash in the pan. This nigga got something. He can do something with this. So, and I remember when his album actually came out. I was in Houston. I know I was in New Orleans for the Summer 16 tour. Actually, funny enough, I was there to go see Future and Drake, and that album came out. He came out like that weekend, and then I think he didn't hit streaming services till like a week later. I think he had like a deal with I think Tidal at the time. He had like a deal with something Spotify somebody. It was like when all these artists started to do deals with fucking streaming services, and it was just exclusive to them for like a week or two, and then you had to wait and shit. Yeah, like but that album when I finally did hear it, I was like, nah, this shit hard, bro. So yeah, I give it to Travis on this one. Okay, now it's my favorite song. Now, if you remember, I did a top 10 list a long time ago. Future and Travis Scott, my favorite songs, Bodies artists. For Travis Scott, it's Pray for Love off of Rodeo featuring The Weeknd. That's my favorite Travis Scott song. Yeah, that's my favorite Travis Scott song. Um, I think The Weeknd's voice on that whole just solidified it perfectly. Um, and for Future, it's Perch Calling. And it's off of a mixtape, but it's really, I think he put it on Evolve, the album, too. But no, I don't even think he put it on Evolve. I think he's just on the Purple Rain mixtape. Perch Calling is fucking hard, bro. That's my favorite Future song. And it was hard. That wasn't a chosen one, but with him and Rocco, that bitch hard too, nigga. That whole hard too, nigga. Who wins though? This, ooh, it's getting tight in this motherfucker. Hold on now. Perch Calling hard, bro. Perch Calling my Future's fucking hard, nigga. I went to the last Future show that he just had here in Houston. He was following that shit, bro. I was like, yo, this nigga really following this hoe. I was like, yo, this nigga really following this hoe, bro. That's a hard, bro. But it ain't fucking with Pray for Love. I can't believe I'm about to do this to myself. I can't put it over Pray for Love. I love Purse Calling. The beat, the song quality, man, everything about that song is hard. But Pray for Love. I think The Weeknd and Travis Scott both together, them two motherfuckers make hits. I ain't never heard a bad Travis and Weeknd song. I ain't never heard a bad Travis Scott and Weeknd song. That's it. And I ain't never really heard a bad Future and Weeknd song, a bad Future and Drake song, a bad Travis and Drake song. But that Pray for Love, man, whew, that shit hard, nigga. And The Weeknd at the end, bro, that bitch hard, bro. Which takes me to the last category. It's 3-2. Well, I tie this hoe up and have to decide my goddamn self, or would it be overdone? Close the casket is over. The sixth category, the special category that I put on here is both of these men have had significant times where they've been the guy in the hip hop world. At least one of the guys in the hip hop world. I won't say the guy, but at least one of the guys. So this last category is run. Who had the most significant run? For Future, it was 2015. For Travis Scott, it was 2017. Astroworld 2017, the first Astroworld Festival. Yeah. No, it was 2017, 2018. 2018. Yeah, it was 2018. Astroworld thing came out in 2018. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Um. So 2018 for Travis Scott, 2015 for Future. Travis Scott 2018 was there was nobody bigger than Travis Scott. Maybe Drake, and that was it. When it comes to the musical landscape, there was nobody bigger than Travis Scott, probably than Drake. And I'm talking about like every musician. I'm talking about Taylor Swift, Bruno Mars, The Weeknd, Adele. Like there was nobody bigger than Travis fucking Scott in 2018. No one was pushing like Travis Scott was pushing in 2018. Astroworld had a lot to do with that. That album was very fire, very significant in his catalog. His dominance just took over. Of course, who he was linked to at the time, also around that time, was very massive, and their influence on culture, pop culture at the time. He got a Nike deal. He was on fucking McDonald cups and every fucking it was every fucking word in 2018. And like I said, musically, it was good. Astroworld was a fire ass album. I mean, you when you look back at Astroworld, it's a dope fucking album. Sicko Mode, you had Sicko Mode, you had his two songs with the Weeknd on that project. I mean, you had Yosemite with Gunna and Nav. Like, bro, it was that album was fucking fire, bro. Like, I remember when Astroworld Festival became a thing here in Houston. Man, them tickets was high as fuck. I would have went to the first one. Them bitches was high as a motherfucker. I'm like, oh no, can't do it. Nope. But yeah, I was almost there, man. I almost went to, but yeah, but Travis in 2018 was there was nobody touching him. There was nobody touching him in 2018. Fast forward the clock now. Let's move the clock back 3 years because in 2015 that was Future's run, and nobody was touching Future. Funny enough, who was also just around that time at the same time, who was just as big, Drake. Like 2015 Future was fucking phenomenal. You had mixtape Future going on. You had Dirty Sprite 2 come out in the middle of that. Then you had to close out the year. What a time to be alive, bruh. Future was everywhere. Future in 2015 was every fucking where. He dominated Billboard charts. Fuck up some commas. Fuck up some commas came out. You had I want to say March Madness. You had 56 Nights. You had the Beast Mode mixtape. You had bro 2015 Future was unstoppable. Like he was unstoppable. It was fucking damn near unstoppable. Then you had What a Time to Be Alive with him and Drake drop. Jumpman took off. Like it was just everywhere. They both solidified the game at that time. It was ridiculous. 2015 Future. I never thought I'd live in a day like with that. Like that shit was crazy, bro. Going to that tour, 2016 summer 16 tour, and seeing that shit was nuts, fucking crazy, bro. So yeah, 2015 Future was fucking crazy. It went crazy. That's why I'm giving it to Future. I think Future kept it in the musical sense. And that's probably why I'm going to give it to him more. Not saying Travis Scott did not kill in the musical sense, but what Travis Scott's run really was based around was everything outside of just the music. He was every fucking where. He was McDonald's meals, and he had fucking cups, and he had this, and he had that, and he was just everywhere. Future kept it in the musical space, and he killed everything in the musical space at that time. So yeah, 2015 Future was everywhere. Nigga dropped like three, four, five albums in 2015. So it's 3-3. It's 3-3. It's 3-3, man. Three for Travis, three for Future. Holy shit. I think both men. has significant dominance. Both of them. I think that Travis' dominance is of a rapper that is kind of like a rock star, where he has solidified himself into the pop culture world, and there's no one that can deny it. But for Future, on the other hand, Future's greatness has come from just the music alone. And for some people, they would say that he is truly the defining figure of what this generation has become. This, I haven't listened to a Future project in some years because he feels like he says the same shit over and over again. This Metro Boomin project might have been the closest I ever came to literally listen to a Future album in the last couple of years. But it does not stop me from saying the Future's dominance is too unshakable to not respect. But on the other hand, I like Rodeo. I like Birds in the Trap, Same May Night, and I like Astro World. I don't like Utopia. Utopia's okay. It's not for me. But Travis had three albums back to back to back where I'm like, he dope as fuck. He's dope as fuck. So the question really does become, who do I trust more? Do I like which one do I take? The music? Because Travis Scott musically, I think is better than Future. I'm gonna be honest. I think Travis Scott musically is better than Future. But do I take the impact? Because I think Future has a bigger impact than Travis Scott in a musical sense. Mm-mm-mm. This is hard. This is very, 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 very hard. This is difficult. Holy shit. Mm. I'm gonna go Travis Scott. I'm gonna go Travis Scott because I feel like Future hasn't grown in his music. His impact is undeniable, but I feel like his music hasn't grown. Even though I don't like Utopia, Travis has at least grown in his music, and that's the true sign of artistry. He's at least tried to grow. I don't feel that way with Future. I feel like he still talks about the same shit, and that's why I'm going to Travis Scott. Next time I do something like this, it will be wrestling, and it will be AJ Styles versus I have no idea. I'm still trying to figure that out. I gotta do a top 10 list eventually, but until then, Travis Scott's got it. Travis Scott's got it. Life and Times of Music. I will be doing a Busta Rhymes one, but the one thing I want to do, and I've been holding it off and holding it off, is Michael Jackson, and he will be next. He will be getting a very long, drawn out Life and Times of Music. Until next time, man, I am BrandonJaneau. This is the debate. Peace. Go listen to Future and Travis Scott on all musical platforms right now. Peace.